Hello, you're watching The Markable. I'm Rebecca Marsh, and joining us in the studio today is the Managing Director at Moab Minerals, Malcolm Day. Malcolm, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, Rebecca.
So Moab has just entered into a deal to acquire 2 uranium projects in Tanzania. What details can you give us?
Okay, so we've entered in an agreement to acquire Lynx Resources, an Australian company, 82% of Lynx in fact, and they in turn own 80% of a company, a Tanzanian company called Katika Resources, who own both those projects, Manyoni and Octavo. So the Manyoni project's located about 5 kilometres north of Manyoni, the town of Manyoni. There's a relatively new highway, new railway, all running adjacent to the project, and of course there's water and power close by as well. The Octavo project, that's close to the Noota deposit, which is 152 million pounds, 286 parts per million uranium. That was sold by Mantra Limited, ASX listed back in 2011 for just over $1 billion. So we're in very good country.
Whilst both projects sound like they have a lot of potential, which of the 2 projects do you prefer?
We really like both projects, but Manyoni has been previously explored by an ASX listed company, Uranium, from 2005 to 2010, and they established a non-JORC 2012 resource. Hellman and Schofield actually produced the mineral resource estimate. It was published on June 30, 2010. It had a resource of 20.5 million pounds at a grade of 147 ppm uranium, so a great way to start.
So given the Manyoni uranium project is your main focus, what are the next steps in exploration?
Okay, first step is to convert the historic resource of 20.5 million pounds of uranium into a JORC 2012 compliant resource. To do that, we have to do 2 things. Firstly, we need to do around 300 drill holes at about 25 metres depth. Luckily, the resource is at surface or from surface down to 10 to 15 metres. We obviously need to assay those 300 holes. There was originally about 3,000 holes drilled by Uranex prior to 2010. We also need to increase the size of the resource, so we'll be starting a drilling program to increase that resource size. Before we do that, we need to do some geophysics to just give us the drill targets.
So when can shareholders expect completion of the acquisition?
We have 2 conditions precedent which must be satisfied. The first one is a shareholders meeting. At this stage, we expect to hold the EGM middle of next month. The second one is we need in-country FCC, which is Fair Competition Council, approval. We don't see any issues with either of them, so we'd expect to complete mid-year.
You seem quite enthusiastic about Tanzania. Why is that?
I first visited Tanzania in 2009 to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. It's the highest freestanding mountain in the world at 5895 metres. We raised 100,000 for breast cancer care WA, which I'm chairman of. Tanzania is one of the lower sovereign risk countries in Africa. They speak English and their legal system is based upon British. It makes it very easy to do business in Tanzania.
Malcolm, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me, Rebecca.